And good afternoon to the people of the Eastern Caribbean, Western Caribbean, North America, the diaspora. Welcome to a special edition of Territories Talk. And today we are going to have a very brief but informative conversation with Mr. Clement Monarch O'Garro of St. Kitts, the Federation, my family's home, the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis. And today we are going to be talking about Sugar Mas, St. Kitts and Nevis Carnival, which is all things good about our petition, the vision, and our Caribbean heritage. Good day, Mr.
Hey,
O'Garro.
good
How are
day.
you?
Good day, Chris. It's good to be here with you and good to be speaking to the people. It seems like you said all over the world, not only just here in the Caribbean. Happy to bring them up to date with what's going on here in St. Kitts as it relates to Sugar Mas 52, which is Carnival, the unique carnival, which is celebrated at Christmas time.
All right. So give us a brief history of the history. You said Sugar Mas 52. So give us a brief history of Sugar Mas in the context of St. Kitts and Nevis.
Yes, well, the idea of carnival in St. Kitts Nevis came to us in the 1950s, and so there was always a carnival. I'm gonna be brief. It kind of turned into a rivalry, like we've seen in some of the U.S. states where you have two competing groups organizing carnival, and so in 1971 the government of the day decided to nationalize carnival in St. Kitts and Nevis. So then it became National Carnival, organized by the Carnival Act through a statutory body, the National Carnival Committee. Hence, Sugar Mas 52. Even though we've been celebrating Carnival before that, 52 years ago in 71 is what we're referring to when we say Sugar Mas. And as I said before, our carnival is unique in the sense that it's celebrated at Christmas time. I mean, there have been numerous discussions about, making the switch, but I've known this all my life, carnival during Christmas time. And so that's basically what it is. And we're on the cusp here in St. Kitts of celebrating Sugar Mas 52. Now, Sugar Mas 50, Sugar Mas itself, previously everybody just said St. Kitts Nevis Carnival. Most people did say St. Kitts Carnival, but of course it is a national event, and of course the country is St. Kitts Nevis. In 2010, to 2010, I actually was chairman of Carnival at that time. My title now is director of Carnival, but I was chairman of Carnival, and that's when we adopted the name Sugar Mas. So Sugar Mas is basically 13 years old, but I mean, St. Kitts, of course, was known for sugar back in the day.
Sugar
We don't,
City.
yes, we don't do that anymore. So Sugar Mas was appropriate, and it's worked. I mean, everybody knows our carnival as Sugar Mas.
Mm. All right. Well, thank you for that brief history. What is your, for those who don't know, why is St. Kitts Carnival during Christmas? Because
Well,
normally Carnival is during the summer. Why is St. Kitts Carnival during Christmas?
I mean, there are various islands like Montserrat, St. Croix, celebrates around the same time as us as well. And so it's always been Christmas. I think it started out with the Boxing Day, pajama jamming, which is now evolved into our Juve. And so what happened is a lot of different islands, as you recognize, have carnivals at different periods of time, and I think some people were trying not to compete with others. So we have minimal, competition, as opposed to the summer when you have Anguilla, Antigua, Nevis, BVI, all celebrating around the same time around August weekend. We basically only compete with Montserrat, and then St. Croix starts right after or just before we're done for the new year. And as I said, I've known it as a tradition from forever, and it has remained. There's been discussions in St. Kitts and Nevis as to whether we move it to the summer or move it to some other time. Now, for the summer, we have our major international music festival, featuring acts from all over the world. The last 3 days in June, and I mean, we didn't want to just pack the summer with so many things. So Christmas time it remains up until this time. I'm sure the debate will always continue, but yes, Christmas and Carnival in St. Kitts unbeatable.
But that lines up with your high season, your high tourist season anyway, right?
Correct. Our cruise season is in high gear right now, and for this cruise season, the numbers I saw were expecting almost 1 million visitors. I know stuff went down. We did hit 1 million before COVID, but it went down since then. And for the past year, I would say we've introduced here in St. Kitts, more airlift, which definitely benefits not only the people in the Caribbean, but people also in the diaspora. We have a direct flight, JetBlue, coming out of New York 3 times a week, and that's round the clock. Miami every day on American Airlines, British Airways twice a week from London, Delta out of Atlanta, United out of New Jersey. Then for the Caribbean, we have Caribbean Airlines doing Trinidad, Barbados, Antigua, St. Kitts, and Intercaribbean also was introduced within the last year as well. So yes, this is the height of our tourist season, and I'm sure our business people are going to be happy because we normally definitely normally have lots of folks coming home. I think what we're trying to do now with the carnival is to reach out to a market that we don't necessarily see as much anymore coming to St. Kitts. We know the Kittitians and Nevisians are going to come home. What we're doing now is reaching out through influencers who will be here, to market, to portray our carnival here in St. Kitts and Nevis.
Yeah, I just want to give a shout out to one of the, I guess I would say, patriots from the diaspora from my part of St. Kitts, Sandy Point. That's Maxine Herbert Duggins, all the way in Anguilla, who's a
Yes,
faithful listener of the show. But when she
actually,
when she saw
actually meant
that when she saw that you were gonna be the guest, she lit up even more.
I actually met her at our music festival earlier this year. Yeah, she was here well, either this year or last year, but I know that she's been here. So hey,
So
Maxine, how are you?
so what is the structure of carnival? In other words, what days, how many days of it, and what is on which days? Not
Yeah,
necessarily date, but
yes, understood. The traditionally carnival usually would have started around Christmas Eve, and it goes until the 2nd of January. However, in recent years, the schedule itself was the schedule was extended. Something that I definitely did not agree with, because if I was someone from a different island who knew nothing about St. Kitts Carnival, I mean, and we're showing a carnival from November to January, I mean, it'd be difficult for me to pick a period to come. So this year, we've gone back to more of the traditional dates. As a matter of fact, on the 15th of December, Friday the 15th of December, we have the official opening of Carnival, and that has been a spectacle over the last couple of years, and we're expecting no less this year. Then, of course, that picks up. We have a fashion show called Rock the Runway. Our major events, though, would be the Miss Teen St. Kitts Nevis, the Skelec Power Soca Monarch, and the Miss Teen St. Kitts Nevis is sponsored by Republic Bank. Then after that, we go to our Carrie Brewery Calypso Monarch. We have the Miss St. Kitts Nevis Queen Pageant. We have First Federal Cooperative Credit Union Panorama. We have our Juve, which is unique. It's on Boxing Day, the day after Christmas. We have our Children's Parade, normally on the 30th of December. And then we have our Grand Parade, New Year's Day, 1st of December, and the 2nd of December. 1st of January. And so Carnival goes from December into January. Those first 2 days, where we have the Grand Parade on the 1st, New Year's Day, and on the 2nd, it's last lap. After that, it's time to do our prize giving ceremony. So that's basically the format as it is. In addition to that, we're partnering with a lot of our promoters here in St. Kitts Nevis. So we have Inception Fete, we have Cooler Fete, we have Sunset. Don't know why all of them seem to rhyme. The Sandy Point Benevolent Society, they're having their ball here in St. Kitts.
Say that part again.
Sorry. I'm sorry, I didn't hear you, Chris. Okay, it seems as if that your video was frozen. I'm not sure if you're hearing me still.
Sorry, it seems like the internet connection was bouncing out.
Okay, so yeah, I was mentioning some of our private events that we were having, including Inception, Sunset, Cooler Fete, Sandy Point Benevolent Society Ball, the Rotary Ball, and there's quite a few events. We have Study It on the Block, which provides entertainment downtown from the 16th of December all the way through January 2nd of 2024. So those will complement, of course, the national events that I mentioned before, such as our pageants, Panorama, Calypso, Soca, as well. Okay, not sure if you can hear me, but it seems as if we're having internet connection issues again.
Yeah, I can hear you. So, as one of the challenges of living in the Caribbean, no matter which island, we have internet issues. But I can hear you.
Well, I would like to blame it on the thousands of people that have already started to come in to say.
Are you hearing me now?
Yes, I am. The video is a bit behind, but I can hear you.
All right. Let me try something.
Okay, I can hear you. Not sure if you can hear me.
Oh, give me a second. Let me just try something.
Okay.
And how many people generally participate in Carnival? Like, not actually the revelers, but the actual
competitors,
people who are actually not the spectators, people who are actually involved in Carnival. How many people are usually that?
Well, this year we had over 40 Calypsonians registered. As a matter of fact, we had our eliminations and semifinals. So we went from 42 down to 16, and now we're down to 7, plus the reigning Calypso Monarch, who is Queen Independent. She's our first and only female Calypso Monarch so far. And that show takes place on the 29th of December. It's the the Carrie Brewery.
So, and what are some of the, without getting too far into What are some of these subject matters that these Calypsonians are singing?
Varied topics. We have global warming. We have, of course, the local politics. Since we had a new government installed, just over a year and a half ago, probably, um, in August of last year. And we're getting that. We're getting a lot of music, of course, about carnival, just a lot of different, social events, topics that the Calypsonians normally expound on, and yeah, so far it's pretty good. This year we've instituted an all-star band from the semifinals, for the semifinals and the finals as well. Something that we wouldn't have done in the. It may have been done one time in the past, but this year we've instituted an all-star band to do the backup for the Calypso, and so far it has been proven to be very good indeed. Now we do also have road march contenders, and mostly road march contenders are coming from our bands in St. Kitts. And so, there's a varied amount of topics. We got happy, we got pressure, we got wrong man, we got Ken and Barbie. There are quite a few, quite a few songs as well, not only for Calypso, but also for the Road March title as well, which will be judged on Juve on Boxing Day. That's the 26th of December.
Okay. All right. And how many participants in the? I may have missed. I logged out. I mean, I got kicked out a second. For the Junior Monarch, do you find there's a lot of participation from the young people?
Actually, this year we had probably the best Junior Calypso Monarch for a very long time. And as I mentioned at the beginning of the interview, I'm very passionate about it because of the fact that I'm a former Junior Calypso king. I actually started to sing when the competition was initiated 50 years ago. I know I'm dating myself now, but that's fine. Um, um, and was very successful at it. We had 19 participants.
You don't look it.
Thank you very much. We had 19 the contestants this year in the Junior Calypso Monarch, which was sponsored by the Cable and the Greenhouse Band out of Nevis. We had 14 in the secondary category, which is 12 and above, or 12 to 18, let's put it that way. And then we had 5 competitors in the primary segment, which was 8 to 12 years old as well. And that was held at the Marriott on the 10th of December. We had a very huge crowd, larger than we expected, and it was really a success. The best Junior Calypso competition in quite a long while. So for the pageant, we have 6 contestants for the Miss St. Kitts Nevis Queen pageant, and for the Miss Teen St. Kitts Nevis, we have 8 contestants. Soca Monarch will feature 12 12 soca artists, so it'll be 11 who made it into the finals, plus the reigning king, and we're only doing power this year. And for the panorama, we have 7 bands, 5 from Nevis and 2 from St. Kitts for our panorama this year.
Yeah, because the reason I asked is because carnival is our culture, right? But unless you have new people coming in, eventually the culture dies out. So I'm glad to hear the young people are coming along. Coincidentally, there's a young man. I want to say his name is Terrence. I want to say his name is Terrence. He lives in
Invincible.
Nevis. He was
Yes.
young Calypso Monarch at one point, maybe about 2 years.
Actually, actually, he is the
Yeah.
junior
So
Calypso.
his mother,
He-
his family. Sorry, go ahead.
okay. I think we're having issues again with the internet. But yes, Invincible. I know him very well. Did a lot of work with him. Know his mom very well as well. I know that she's um, from um, from Bermuda. Actually, we're doing this interview on Friday, the 15th of
Mm-hmm.
December. Last night, we had our Calypso semifinals, and he made it to the finals. We're checking the records now, he may be the youngest person who has ever qualified as a contestant for the finals. So on the 29th of December, he will be competing with the big guns for the Carry Brewery Calypso Monarch competition, and he's actually the one from who broke my record. As I said, I had four junior Calypso crowns. He has 5 so far, so he's the record holder, and he was actually awarded for it in the Sugar Mas Awards as well, which is an activity that we do for the past 2 years, where we honor stakeholders past and present for Sugar Mas.
Yes. So his mom, his family, his mother and father. Sorry, not his mother. His grandparents on his mom's side, they're actually from Bermuda. His mother and I actually went to high school together, and they moved to Nevis maybe 15, 20 years ago. And she sent me a clip maybe a few years ago showing her son had won the
Junior
junior
Calypso.
Soca Monarch. So I was like, wow, he's really right. So it just shows, because what a lot of people throughout the region don't fully know is that a large proportion of Bermudians, they're either first or second generation, third generation, in some cases, Kittians, right? So
Yes.
no matter where we go, we still carry that St. Kitts vibe with us, right?
Well,
So
St. Kitts
even
Nevis.
I don't know if you've ever seen our gumbies. Well, potato, you know. Yes, Nivision, sorry. Um, I don't know if you've ever seen our gumbies in Bermuda, but if you look at our gumbies and you look at your masquerades, same
Yes.
thing. The drum beat may be
Yes,
slightly
I've
different,
actually,
but
yeah,
it's
I've actually
basically the
seen them.
same
Yes,
thing.
I've actually seen them.
Mm.
So I'm
Yeah.
certainly understand the similarities in what we do. And I've listened. I've been to Carnival in quite a few places. Wally Waichu in Argentina. I've been to the England ones, Leeds, London, Trinidad, Brazil, um, Barranquilla in Colombia. And there are lots of similarities in what we do. Um, Not necessarily everything, but there's so much of what we do, is incorporated in so many of these different carnivals, and that's one of the things. As I say, of course, we're unique here in St. Kitts Nevis. We're unique when it comes to our carnival because, I mean, Juve doesn't come until the end of Carnival, but our Juve is smack dab in the middle of everything. After people, prepare their ham and turkey and all that good stuff for Christmas Day, then you can drive around to the different Juve troops, where areas where they're gonna start from, and you're seeing the preparation, the speakers going up on the trucks. People are looking for packages at the last minute to come on the road for Juve. So it's very unique. It's very unique, and but it it does well, and this year would be no exception. We've had success in all of our events so far, and we're expecting more success again. So for folks who are listening, I know we've had a lot of interest from not only regional media, but international media as well, and as well as influencers as well. This year, we're having quite a few influencers who are coming in to carry our carnival. Barbados today is coming in. We've had inquiries from Grenada, Trinidad, and so we're hoping to expand the gamut. And what we usually say is that we're the first carnival of the new year and the last one of the old year. And so, even if you want to spend Christmas with your family, you can still come to St. Kitts and join our grand parade, which has turned into a spectacle. I mean, of course, we have our pretty mass, but we don't forget our folklore as well. So we have the bull, we have the acrobats, we have the stilt dancers, the masquerades, we have the clowns. And now the clowns has been much of a pest, because we have I'd say over 1,000 clowns every year. And what people don't like is is them coming into their bands and disturbing. Oh yes. We have a lot of our young folks now who are getting into it. What we want to do, though, is to ensure that they get the cultural aspect and not just, wearing the costume. So we have the bull as well. So those are all part of our, and those all will be on display as well on the parade. Not only, as I said, do we have the pretty mass like Trinidad and Grenada and St. Vincent and some of the other countries, Antigua, but we do have our folklore as well, and our steel bands have made a great comeback. Steel bands have made a great comeback in St. Kitts and Nevis, and especially in Nevis, because as I mentioned earlier, five of our competing bands this year comes out of Nevis. So we have 7 total, 5 from Nevis, 2 from St. Kitts. That's our panorama competition. So yeah, we're ready. We're ready to go. It's a crazy atmosphere in the city right now, because today, yes, today the government we have a reduced VAT day. So our VAT is normally 17%, but you can get stuff to buy now for VAT as low as 5%. So it's madness outside. Then at 3:30 today, the 15th of December, we're going to take over the roads of Bastille with the grand parade from the fisheries, and all this will be streamed, and it will be streamed for free. So for the folks listening, they can join us, of course, skncarnival.com. We're on Facebook, we're on YouTube, we're on Instagram, we're all over the place. So you can actually join us and have a look at our themed parade and opening of Carnival titled Wonderland.
So the fisheries, this is what, on Bay Street?
The fisheries actually is heading towards Bay, heading towards Bird Rock.
Where does the parade start from exactly?
It starts from the fisheries, which is near the industrial site, near to Bird Rock as well. They come all the way down the Bay Road. So you have the sea on one side, and then you have buildings and stuff on the other side. We come all the way down to the old Treasury building, which is now the museum. We turn into 4th Street, which is our main thoroughfare in St. Kitts, and we go to the Warner Park Cricket Stadium, where we'll have a spectacular opening as well.
The circus is?
We're passing through the circus. We're passing through the circus, but we're heading. The opening ceremony will take place at the cricket stadium. We come up 4th Street, yes, pass through the circus, pass over Keon Street.
Okay, and all of the
Yeah, so we definitely, as I said, they're
And
coming
that's
from
where,
the
and that's Carnival City. It's going to be at the Warner Cricket Stadium.
well,
All
we're
right.
not
Well, Mr.
using the
O'Garro,
traditional.
sorry,
Yes.
sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, the traditional Carnival Village will not be used this year. We'll be in the cricket stadium. All right. I think we're getting a signal here that
All right.
we're
And I know that recently in Antigua they lost one of your.
Yes, your audio
Are
is
you hearing
going in.
me?
Yes, your audio is going in and out. But yes, I kind of heard what you said. I know. I mean, we were actually shocked. I
Hello?
was sitting down. Yeah, I was sitting down in
Are you
my
hearing me?
office. Yes. I was sitting down in my
Oh,
office with the chairperson of
yeah. I know you wanted
Carnival.
to express some.
Yes. Of course, to family, friends of Ricardo Drew on behalf of the National Carnival Committee in St. Kitts,
Right.
we
No, I
send
was saying
our
I know you wanted to speak to the people of Antigua and Barbuda.
yes. As I was saying, I definitely want to send condolences on my behalf, as I've seen Drew perform many times. I worked in cricket, the under 19 World Cup, and he was one of the performers in Antigua. I've seen him perform numerous times. He's performed in St. Kitts numerous times as well. So condolences on behalf of the National Carnival Committee here in St. Kitts. We've lost a good one, and it was a shock when I heard it. Condolences, I guess, to family, friends, and also to the folks of Antigua and Barbuda. All right. I'm not sure. I'm not hearing you at all. I think we're having internet troubles again. Um, don't know if you're hearing me.
All right. Well, I know you have a busy day. You're about to start your thing in 2 hours, so I want to thank you for taking this time to speak to the
All right.
people
Well,
of
yeah. Well, Chris, I want to
the
thank you again for giving me the opportunity.
Caribbean
Yeah.
and the wider audience.
All right. I want to thank you again for giving me the opportunity to spread the good word of Sugar Mas 52 to the Caribbean.
Right. Well, I just
Again,
want to say it might be delayed.
yes, I just want to say thanks again to you, Chris, for allowing me the opportunity to spread the word of Sugar Mas 52 to folks in the Caribbean, saying good afternoon again to all the folks who tuned in. And don't forget, we have airline access from Trinidad all the way to North America and London. So there's still time to get here. The carnival opens today, but our events continues until the 2nd of January. So thanks again for having me. I definitely appreciate the opportunity to welcome everyone to Sugar Mas 52 in St. Kitts and Nevis. Again, my name is Clement Monarch O'Garro, the director of